All right, Skip, how much blame does
Yep.
Kyrie deserve? Honestly.
Brad Stevens tried to take the fall last night for his team, but Kyrie Irving deserves 100, make it 1,000% of the blame. As you know, I've long been a Kyrie fan, and he did hit the shot of shots in a Game 7 at Oracle that did save LeBron, but that's just me, and that's a long time ago now because I cannot tell a lie. Kyrie Irving was at the heartless heart of the biggest collapse to me in Boston Celtics playoff history. He was at the center, given the expectations this year, of the worst year I think the Boston Celtics have ever had, given what they were coming off of, because I'm going to remind everybody, as they know, they beat this team, Milwaukee, last year in 7 games, the first round. They took LeBron's team to Game 7 of the conference finals with no Kyrie and no Gordon Hayward. They come back, allegedly healthy, and that happened. And it was all about Kyrie. And this team indicted itself and indicted Kyrie in Game 1 because they won Game 1 at Milwaukee this year by 22 points. That was Kyrie's happy night.
Happy.
Kyrie that night went 12 of 21 from the floor for 26 points and had a playoff career tying 11 assists that night. That's pretty good, right?
That's very good.
Happy. Everybody's happy, sharing the basketball. Last 4 games, they lost by an average of 16 points as Kyrie averaged 5 assists. And last night, if you look at your score sheet there, your box score, he had 1 big assist. 1 assist in that game, in a closeout game. So, over the last 4 games, Kyrie Irving shot 30% from the floor. That is hard to do. That's 25 of 83. From 3 over the last 4 games, he shot 5 of 27. That's 19%. So here's a stat for you. He was the first Celtic in 53 years to take at least 15 shots and shoot under 40% in 4 straight playoff games. That's historic,
and
right?
There's been a lot of playoff games, and there've been a lot of players.
Okay, so what happened? He rejoined this team with Gordon Hayward, and he immediately made it this year him versus them, right? They were them. And them turned on him because they deserved to, because he was throwing all of them under every team bus that they took. And after a while, it just looked like a troubled basketball team, and I still don't know how it fooled me by winning Game 1. I don't know how it won Game 1 at Milwaukee, but it showed you what it could have been.
Yes.
But Kyrie failed as a leader and a scorer, because the worse it got on the floor, the worse the shot that he took. Last night, he took nothing but bad shots all night.
Some horrible shots.
They were done. Because he was trying harder and harder to will it in and save this team and show he could just go solo.
Well, Skip, remember the other night, he was 7 of 22, and he said he should have took 30 shots.
Because he's such a great shooter.
I thought he was going to take 30 in the first half.
I'm starting to have a hard time remembering him as a great shooter. That's how bad it got over the last. I know we're being prisoners of the moment. But clearly, this was a miserable fail, an epic fail on the part of Kyrie Irving.
Yes.
So he is now officially done with the Boston Celtics. He's done, and they're done with him also. So onward and upward or downward, because he needs to go to another co-star who can be his leader on and off the floor. That's what he needs.
Skip, when the lady asked, was it the uncertainty that had something to do with it, there was no uncertainty with Kyrie. Kyrie knew exactly what he wanted to do. He don't want to be there.
That's true.
Skip, I agree with everything you just said. For the simple fact, Kyrie is a superstar. He gets the lion's share of the blame. That's why they don't say, well, the Cavaliers were 1-3 in NBA Finals. They say LeBron James.
That's true.
Was 1-3 in the NBA Finals in the last 4 years.
So this is what Kyrie signed up for.
That's not what he skipped. He wanted that.
Yep.
He was a very, very bad leader this season. Now, I don't know what he's going to be moving forward, but this year, chalk this one up. Kyrie, you gagged this one off. You were terrible. He wanted the responsibility, because what did he say, Skip? I want to lead my own team. I want to be the number 1 guy. But what he found out, it was a lot more difficult than he anticipated.
It was.
It's just not about being the best player.
Yep.
There's a lot of things there's a lot of concessions that you have to make. You have to know what to say, when to say it, how to say it, and where to say it.
Yep.
He had no idea. He just took for granted, man, I'm good. Maybe he thought he was just as good as LeBron. Well, if I'm just as good as LeBron, I need my own team like he got his team.
Yeah.
So I needed someone to build a team around me like they built the team around LeBron. Because remember, he said he knew LeBron was going to leave, and then he was going to be strapped with a bunch of players that's not equipped to do what he could do.
Yep.
Skip, on paper, this team probably should be in the NBA Finals. But you remember a couple of years ago, Skip, I think they were in Utah, and Kyrie had 30-something points and 0 assists, and LeBron said, this cannot happen. Kyrie took 16 shots in the first half with 0 assists. You mentioned of the shots that he took, 21 last night with 1 assist. He went Westbrook, but at least when Westbrook plays, Westbrook going to give you double-digit assists.
He will.
He might take some bad shots. He might be 17 or 43.
And he might get you 12 rebounds. Kyrie
But he
can't do that.
But he going to give you 12 assists also. Skip, this is embarrassing for Kyrie. This you wanted this, bro.
It's shameful.
You wanted this is what you wanted. You asked for this.
Yep.
You said you wanted this, and you got what you wanted. You wanted to be out a storied franchise, the Celtics, a great, a team that moved the ball and coaches that can coach me at all my abilities.
Yep.
You got everything you asked for, and then guess what happened? You goofed it off.
Yeah.
So now you're gonna go somewhere. But Skip, even if he goes with KD. He's not going to be bigger than KD.
No.
It's going to be thought of as KD team.
I think he might like it this time. I think he might like being the second fiddle.
Oh,
right?
You like that. So you like when somebody else catch that criticism, huh?
Well, he's got to know that this one was him.
Oh, yeah, he got to eat this.
That's why some of those words were like that.
And even though I'm not giving any blame to one Gordon Hayward, and even though he's a good young man, and he suffered a terrible injury, just terrible, career-threatening, he is simply the most overpaid, overhyped player in this league. He makes $30 million, and he is now a shell of himself. And I'm not even sure what his self was. I told you he was way over-recruited and overhyped.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Skip, they recruited him. They went after him.
Others did too. Miami wanted him.
But that's my point. Skip, I never thought, and I guess, he did go to an All-Star in the Western Conference. And hold on, Skip, but the West is loaded.
Yeah.
You can make the All-Star team in the Western Conference, with the KDs and the Paul Georges were out there, and at the time, Kawhi was out there. You're like, whoo, man, he got to be good. I don't see it.
And he was the go-to scorer on the Utah team that doesn't score very much, and he was in his comfort zone in Salt Lake City. You take him out of that and put him here with some expectations. He should have stayed.
That's that expectation. Wow. So now you come to a situation and they're like, we got Gordon Hayward. Right. We expect to be this. Nobody thought that Utah was going to no Western Conference Finals or going to the NBA Finals. So he didn't have those kind of expectations. Yeah. Now Kyrie comes in. He comes in with this young nucleus. Because remember, the year before, they had just given Al Horford a max deal.
Yep.
It's like, woo, we loaded.
Now Horford's a free agent also. He could be gone. And we have talked over the last couple of weeks about whatever happened to Jason Tatum. But it's possible. I'm going to give him this break. He might have just gotten Kyrie'd, where Kyrie just kept going solo until he was completely out of the flow of the offense.
What about all these assets they're going to be willing to ship to the Pelicans for Anthony Davis? What about all these assets? Do you still feel the same way about Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Rozier? Now, the draft pick's not going to be that good. I just want to know, because who want that trash from the Lakers? Really? So you willing to say Jason Tatum is better than Kyle Kuzma?
Yeah.
Really?
Boy, he sure didn't show it.
I can't tell.
Yep.
If he is, I can't tell. Is Jaylen Brown really better than Ingram when Ingram was?
I saw more flashes from him this year than I saw from Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
He was not bad last night, actually.